We're celebrating the life of Dr. Ruth Westheimer. Richard Simmons, you guys will be missed. Dave Palumbo here with an RX Muscle news update / rant. Bad news in the celebrity world. We lost two really great people today. Dr. Ruth Westheimer. I remember growing up watching her, first of all, listening to her on the radio, then watching her on TV, seeing her on like the Howard Stern show and all the talk show circuit. She was 4'9". Barely can drive herself. I don't even know if she drove. She was a Holocaust survivor. She came over from Europe to the United States. She went to school, she got her degrees, and she became a sex therapist, and she was probably the most beloved person in the Hollywood world, in the celebrity world, because no one felt intimidated by her. Women were not jealous of her because she was not gorgeous. Men felt like they were talking to their mother, and I think everyone was truly at ease with her, and she gave some great sexual advice over the years when no one was even talking about that type of stuff. And she was funny, and she lived a charmed life, 96 years old. We will miss you, Dr. Ruth, but you left your mark indelibly on the world and did some great stuff. But another sad loss today. I guess if you live to 96, it's really not that sad. It's more of a celebration of your life than it is, despair or sadness. But Dr. Ruth was definitely touched a lot of lives. Now, Richard Simmons, another story. He hadn't been seen for a bunch of years. A lot of people thought he had died, but he had not. Been living in his Hollywood mansion. And I am assuming he probably was not doing that well health-wise, and he deteriorated over the last couple of years. He passed today, and almost on his birthday. He was actually born the same day as my sister, July 12th. He died on July 13th at 76 years old. And Richard, was an overweight kid. His sexual orientation was always questionable, and he always wore very flamboyant outfits, and was a real character. And once again, another guy who was always on the Howard Stern show. Actually, him and Howard had a friendship, and they would get mad at each other, and then Richard wouldn't talk to him for years, and he would come on. He was always on a David Letterman show. He's probably best known for his infomercials, sweating to the oldies and getting all the people who hated exercise and dieting to lose weight. So in essence, in our world, the bodybuilding and fitness world, he was definitely a positive influence. Even though he was unconventional, awkward, annoying at times, he got people to, lose body fat, get in shape, exercise, people who probably never would have exercised. In that regard, he was a positive contributor to the fitness and bodybuilding world and to the world at large. I mean, he really took the population of overweight people who were intimidated to go to the gym, who thought there was no hope, and he cried with them, and he made them feel like he understood where they were coming from, and I think he did, because he was a fat young kid, and he got picked on a lot, and that's a positive contributor to society. As unconventional as he was, he got the job done in a population that people like myself could never have reached. Those people don't watch, RX Muscle. They watch regular TV, and they eat junk food on their couch. And Richard was there late at night telling them, you don't have to do that. I can help you through this. I can help you lose weight. And he did it. He really did it. So there's a niche for everyone. You got to just find your niche. Richard found his niche, and people laughed at him. They laughed with him. They cried at him. They cried with him. And at the end of the day, he did a lot of good for society. So Richard, we will miss you. And I'll never forget Sweating to the Oldies. I think I might do a little Sweating to the Oldies reunion video after I get my stem cells here in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, where I am right now. So We're celebrating the life of Dr. Ruth Westheimer. Richard Simmons, you guys will be missed. Prayers out to your family. Love out to your family and friends and fans. Dave Palumbo with an RX Muscle news update.